She's freaking rugged, man. I'm feeling on top of the world.
Hey, what's going on, YouTubulous? EXO coming at you here, feeling real good tonight. About to pull an all-nighter on this one. Just had a bowl of ramen noodles, about to blast my favorite radio station, and it is high time to get this beast fully attached in here. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the madness. We are right in the middle of building a massive sound system. If you love all things audio, definitely consider subscribing. In our last video, we broke down the details of the Baffle structurally, so now it's time to mount the old girl permanently. You can see it's still free floating at the moment. Had to lift it up and down a million times to get everything positioned before, but it was well worth it. The steel came out straight as an arrow. Behind the scenes, I finished up the top and bottom welds, painted over the vertical welds, and cleaned up the whole surface for glue. The plan is to mount the Baffle using these bolts. These will go through the steel tubing, and these screws will go through the angle iron. I just gotta countersink the crap out of these nuts because I really don't want to see a bunch of hardware poking out. That's where we'll start off today. Clamp down the Baffle nice and tight and begin plotting out all the pilot holes.
Pencil's making it come over way too far and steps you out like a freaking mother. I don't want to mess this up again. I'm gonna go switch to a pen. Man, you know what? This is gonna be a pain to keep straight, especially once I switch bits and go all the way through. To play it safe, I think I'm gonna go from the other way up because I have room to play with if it's not perfectly straight. But if I did that going down and it wasn't just right and it poked out not, exactly halfway through the steel tubing, I don't know, I can see me already not liking that. So I want the hardware to line up perfectly on the steel tubing, and then I'll come upwards, and then if it's not perfectly straight, maybe I'd poke out to the left or to the right, but since these will be recessed, you won't even know that. All that you will know is what's exposed on the bottom, and I want to keep those straight, so I'm going from the bottom. This is gonna suck. I might just go back to the other way and say screw it if they're not fully lined up. What the heck? I just put some cutting oil on it. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. This is a brand new bit. This is the second one. Alright, I finally busted through, man. It took a lot of TLC. I'm gonna plunge this bad boy up through the top of the wood. Alright, we came through. So even if I do switch back to the other method, I think we'll be in good shape. Let's go ahead and switch to the top and see what one of those looks like, I guess. Yep, she's going through. It's just not long enough to go all the way through. Just found myself an even longer drill bit over in my spare bin. I can finally poke through the whole way. Hopefully it's all lined up. I have everything centered on the top, so let's go ahead and see what the first puncture going down all the way through is like. All right, well, went through really nice. Show you guys what we're working with on the underside. Live action here. Hopefully we're centered. Oh, that's not too bad. What the heck? You guys can't see anything. Can you even see that? All right, there she is right there. That's like the only angle I can get that doesn't go completely black. So it's definitely centered enough to make me happy. We'll test another top to bottom on this middle one here, see what we're working with. That's not bad. Man, my back, it's on fire! Can't get much better than that. Well, things are looking good. We got the holes pre-drilled and countersunk for our hardware, but man, things just took a little bit of a turn for the worse. I thought I was being all slick behind the scenes, but I can't be making these mistakes. It's getting to be like 4 a.m. So here's what happened. As you guys know, I planned on using these stinking carriage bolts from the start, but I am a stupid freaking totally spaced it and didn't remember that these had these stinking squared off heads right at the bottom. I know that's really stupid, right? I was looking right at them the whole time. I was chopping them down on the abrasive saw, what, like 50 of them? Oh man, so then when I started looking at it, I'm like, oh, well, all right, I'll just pound them through. No problem. I'll just stick them in, take my hammer and smash that bia right to no tomorrow. And I underestimated even the strength of these grade bolts. So I gotta scratch that, go down to my grade 8s. So I'll come through the bottom and I gotta trim it off all over again because the goal is to have the threads just below the surface of the baffle so it's nice and covered once I, put the filler in there. So there we go, made a little bit of a mistake. I'm getting pretty tired, I gotta stop doing that. I'll meet you over at the saw, dang it. Finally got all the bolts chopped down to size, and heck, those threads are looking mint. Gotta love that cheapo Harbor Freight tap and die set, man. Made it look real clean. But here's where my heart's really starting to beat though. We gotta lift up the baffle one last time, prop it up on this pedestal here, this podium here. That way we can clean out all the burrs and spurs that may have fallen in the gaps and cracks when we were pre-drilling the holes. That'll just make the construction adhesive stick that much better, no debris in the way. We only got 20 minutes to get this done. So instead of doing the hardware one by one and relying on my speed, I'm gonna do these beforehand. That way I can just kind of go at a leisurely pace with all the hardware, knowing that it'll already be nice and clamped down on all the surfaces
and this will already have been doing its job. No worries there. Let's get it show on the road. Putting these in as little guide pins, make sure that it clamps down in the right exact spot. Gosh, that's all of them. There we go. I need to go to sleep. I'm feeling pretty great though. My back's borderline broken. May need some physical therapy after this, but that's all right, man. Ha, I'm feeling on top of the world. She's freaking rugged, man. I'm gonna go get some sleep and I'll come back at you guys tomorrow morning with some clear thoughts. Well, that's all she wrote, folks. Got her pinned down like a Greco-Roman champ, if I do say so myself. That's 50 bolts going through the centers and 100 screws going on the angle iron. Well, 50-50 if you know what I'm saying. So I'd venture to say it's permanent by now. This ain't going nowhere. Very pleased with the way things are turning out. I am curious though, how much this will weigh once we add all the braces going down from the top to the bottom. So I think in our next episode, that's where we'll start. We're going to the weigh station, doing a little mid-build check on how much all this thing weighs. It's a tank, but man, it's got to be getting up there by now. If you guys are liking these videos, be sure to slap a thumbs up and all that other YouTube jazz. It really does help make a difference. I mean, I put a lot of time and effort into the filming and editing, so every little bit helps, you know, spread the word and try to get this pumped out to more people. It's kind of strange how YouTube works though. Like 80% of the people who watch your videos don't end up subscribing. Those statistics are always mind-boggling. And if you're looking for some extra gear or a new system entirely, you can check out the links in the description at Showtime Electronics. The EXO coupon code is in full swing and you guys have been doing great over there, saving cash, helping me out. Really makes a lot of a difference here and it really makes me smile. Thanks for being here, guys. Got a lot of nice accomplishments under my belt today and I'm feeling rewarded. So I'll talk to you on the rebound. EXO signing out.